Hi guys, welcome back to Two Old Guys. We're shooting on the new camera, and one of the things I like about it is it came with a new tripod that has extendable feet and a tightening rod where I can change the camera angle. So I'm going to give you my talk now, and then I'm going to change the camera angle and hold that in place and let you see what my hands are doing, which I think is going to work out a whole lot better, at least until I'm convinced Randy to come run the camera for me. So today is going to be a chicken Marsala. Basically chicken stock, Marsala wine, salt, pepper, flour, garlic, parsley, mushrooms, onions, and chicken. You can do this with a vegetable stock, and you can do portobello mushrooms, and it's mushrooms Marsala. You don't have to have the little mushrooms, of course, that way you can go with more leeks and things like that. It takes about 20 minutes of prep time, about an hour to cook down, and then you're ready to serve it either over a risotto or noodles or a rice. Pretty much that's it. Let's go. Okay, I've got 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and in order to make this go a little bit further, I am going to cut the breasts along the fold line where the bone's been removed. So you're going to have some bigger pieces and you're going to have some littler pieces, but that's okay. If you don't have a good one like that one there, I'm not going to take that one out. It's not that big of a piece. And here we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the skillet. Put that on about a medium heat, okay? And we're gonna allow them lightly brown these. Okay. As we lightly brown the chicken breasts, take my seasonings. You know what? I'm gonna bring this up over here. I'm gonna gently turn these with my tongs. I've added my 2 tablespoons of olive oil to it. Doesn't matter if it's virgin, extra virgin, whatever. It's olive oil. You see, it doesn't take long at all for this just to get a little bit of searing on it. Now, as soon as we get this cleaned up a little bit, then we're gonna add our onions, our mushrooms, and just the wine. Okay? So mushrooms, onions, and just the wine. And then we're gonna let that condense. That's gonna take a little bit of time, and you wanna do that over a slower flame. You don't want it to burn. If you let it burn, then you've just wasted your money. Okay, we've got the onions and the mushrooms in there. And now we're gonna pour in the wine. And I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit. I'm gonna let that condense for a while. Then I'm gonna add some more wine. Okay, we've been boiling for about 10 minutes. I've added the extra wine in there now, and I'm just gonna let that get down and simmer. And I'm gonna set my timer for 15 minutes. And then I'm gonna check and see how much is condensed down. You do not want to cover this, okay? You want the water to evaporate, but the flavors to stay in there, so that you don't want to cover it. And we'll be right back. So we've been simmering for about 20 minutes now, and you can see how it's cooked down. I'm gonna go for another 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna take the chicken out, set it to a side, and then I'm just gonna put the chicken stock in there, a little bit of flour, and cook that all down to make it a gravy. Then I'm gonna add the chicken back in. And I do that because we're not gonna eat it right now. If you're gonna eat right then what you would do is put your chicken on your plate and then dollop your gravy on the top. But since we're not eating it till later and I'm cooking it ahead of time, that's what I'm gonna do. You can always warm it up and take the chicken out and then still serve it that way. But that way all the flavors stay together in one place. Okay, we removed the chicken. I've got that in the oven and it's keeping it warm. As you can see, I'm slowly bringing that back up to a boil. I have added the chicken stock. Gonna add a little bit of hot water with about 1/3 of a cup of flour. I'm gonna whisk that. Whisk out. Or you can use cornstarch if you've got cornstarch if you want to. Fold that in. And just gonna move that around till it thickens. Now you can add more mushrooms, less onions, more mushrooms at the beginning, any way you want to do it. They do cook, I mean, that was a good 3 cups of onions and, the mushrooms, and it just cooks down to practically nothing. Now, since this has started to boil again, I'm gonna keep it moving just a little bit longer. Then we're gonna turn it down and let it sit. And that's your gravy. And then, like I said, you serve it on top of the little bit longer. I forgot to turn the TV off behind me, so you probably can hear a bunch of political BS going on. You know, our system sucks. Our system is the worst system in the world, except for every other system. Down a little bit. I'm gonna turn that off and let it sit, and then I'll pour it over the stuff that's in the oven, keeping warm. and then I'll slowly cool it so that we can have it tonight. So, thanks again, and I will see you next week.